Hello? Hello? Wait, let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, how are you all doing? Let's see if Facebook is working. Yes, 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 we are live. Yeah. Okay, I'm back and I am so excited to be here. I missed you. Even though I had a wonderful, wonderful time in Italy. I will tell you all about it. Let's see. If somebody joins, please say hi, say hello, so I can know that people are with me. Sometimes I don't see the comments, so I will try and see what's going on here. All right. My name is Sandra, and I'm the designer behind SandraStitches. If you're watching this live or if you're watching this in the replay, so hello and welcome to one of our live events. I love to do these live events because it's my way to connect with you, and so we can chat a little bit and see what's going on. And I love to show you what I'm up to all the time. But today we are going to be crocheting together this beauty DT. What's my internet connection? Okay. It says something about my internet connection. Oh, all right. So I see people here. Hi, hello, Rustica. Patagonia, Argentina. I cannot believe this. Wow. How are you? Marisa. Your name is Marisa. Hi, Tabby. Wow. You know, I am born in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. I was born there, but my parents immigrated to Israel when I was 10, almost 11. And I've been back to Argentina in 1984, I think. It was my last time. And yeah, wow. And Patagonia, it's in the south, near the north, near the South Pole, right? So I speak Spanish a little bit, not so much, but I understand everything. So welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Anyway, so today we are going to be crocheting these these beauties. It's a sponge, a loofah, I don't know how you want to call it. It's very easy, and I think it's, you know, I make them for my daughters and for my grandson, and they love it, and I think it's great for gifts. It's very easy, it's very quick. I don't know if it's quick because we have to make a lot of stitches to give this shape, but I think it's quick. It's a quick project that you can make, you know, in an evening when you don't have anything else what to do and you want to do something nice, and it's a great gift. Anyway, it can be a gift for teachers, it can be a gift for you know, friends, family, children. Children love them because it's kind of, you know, these are small ones when we are going to make them, so we'll see how we can make them bigger. It's no problem. And yeah, I think they're beautiful and really fun. I have in my blog, which is SandraStitches.com. If you go there and you look in the blog different sections, so there is a section called for the home in the patterns, and there you can find a pattern for a set, a bathroom set, which includes one of these, a washcloth and a soap saver. So if you are into making something new for your bathroom, or making or gifting somebody, it's really a very nice and easy project. So let's see. I don't know what's happening with the comments because I see them. Hi Jennifer. Hi Joanne. Hi Roberta. Ooh, so many people here. Great. You can see and hear. Great. Great. Okay. So we will start. For this project, I use, of course, cotton yarn because we want the sponge. By the way, how you call this? Loofah? Sponge? How you call it? Tell me in the comments what's the name that you would use. In any country, it doesn't matter, all the countries, how would you call it? So, of course, we want to use 100% cotton, so it can be washable because we wash with it our body, and it can dry, and you know, not a blended yarn or something else. Maybe bamboo yarn can be as well. I'm not sure, but I think cotton yarn is the best. Any cotton yarn that you have, it doesn't really matter. You just have to adjust the hook size to the weight of the yarn. The only cotton yarn I have around here is the Drops. Usually it's Drops Paris, but this one is Drops Love You unicolor, and I'm using this kind of a blue jeans color because this is what I have. I made one in pink, light pink, and one in yellow. So yeah, you just make it in any color that you have at home, any cotton yarn. This one is a 4-weight Aran weight yarn. So I'm using my 5mm hook, and let me see, something with the comments. It's not coming, the comments are not coming on the time, like I have to refresh it for some reason. Doesn't matter. So let's start, and while we're working on this sponge or loofah, tell me in the comments how you call it so I can know. I will tell you all about my trip to Italy, which was amazing. So we start this pattern with you can start with a magic circle or chain 4 and close to make around a circle, like if you were doing a granny square. I am not so good at a magic circle, so I'm going to chain 4, but of course you can do a magic circle. Chain 4 and slip stitch to the first, so we have a circle. You know what, maybe not 4, maybe we'll chain 6. 6, yes. Because we need, the thing with this pattern is that we start with a large amount of stitches on the first round, and then we increase, it's all the time increase the number of stitches, so we get this kind of shape, because it's too many stitches on the same stitch. So we have this shape. All right, so I have my circle, I chain 6, and I slip stitch to the first chain. Now I chain 1, and I start making single crochet stitches, 26 single crochet stitches around this circle. Now it doesn't really matter how many stitches, if you make 24, 26, 25, 20, it doesn't really matter. The thing is that you have to have a lot of stitches on the circle to start with. The many stitches that you have, so you will have more the shape of the sponge, all right? So it has to be a lot of stitches, and they have to be like really, really close to each other. So I start working my stitches, and then I pull them so I have more space, and continue to make my stitches and pull again. Oops. So single crochet, if you want to write it down, although I think the pattern is in my blog anyway, but make 24 or 26 single crochet stitches in the magic circle. So you feel like it's really, really full, very, very full. And you don't have place for more. Let me see how many I have here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to pull more. 20, 21, 22. Okay. 23. I'll go to 24. 24. Okay, 24 single crochet stitches. I can do 2 more. 25, 26. And slip stitch to close it to the first. So we have this really, really tight round with 26 single crochet stitches. Now, before we slip stitch to the first, before we slip stitch to the first, before closing it, we want to make the chain that will be the hanging chain. All right? So I'm going to chain 50 or 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll see how long it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to count how many chains you want this hanging chain to be, and then chain as many as you want. I think around 40 or 50. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let me see. Can you see me what I'm doing? I don't see if there are any viewers. I don't see if there is anybody here. For some reason, it doesn't show me anything. So if you can send some, maybe a thumbs up or something in the comments, so I can see that somebody's here. With it being made out of yarn, how long will they last for? You mean if you are making it with cotton yarn or acrylic yarn? If you make it with acrylic yarn, I just think it will not absorb, because acrylic yarn, you know, it does not absorb the water and everything. I think they can last for quite a while, because if you make it with cotton, when I gave it to my grandson, he's still using it. And it's, I think, a year and a half or something. So he's still using it. You have to wash it, right? Or take care of it, because so after you use it, it has to dry. So if you wash twice a day, so you have to make sure that after you use it, you put it in a place where it gets dry. Otherwise, it will be kind of, like moldy, I think it's the word, if it doesn't dry until the end. So I think it's better to use cotton yarn. So cotton yarn, it will dry and it will be okay. 1, 2, 3, let's see. I'm not even counting, but I just want to see how long do I need. Okay, I think this is enough, right? So after I finish my chain, I slip stitch to the first stitch, and then we have, no, wait a second. Yes. All right. So we have this. You can slip stitch to the first stitch and then do the chain and slip stitch again, so it's close here between the two parts of the chain. Or you can start the chain and then slip stitch to the first stitch to close it. It doesn't really matter, because we are going to be working so many stitches in this in each single crochet that it doesn't really matter. You will not see it. So now we start the second row. We start with 4 double crochet on each single crochet we've made. 4, which is a lot. So we start with chain 2, which will be my first, and in the same stitch I'm going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 3 more. And no chaining and no nothing. We are just going to be working, and this is for the next row. The second row, it's 4 double crochet on each stitch from the previous row. So make sure you don't skip any stitch, and you make 4 double crochet. You will see after a while it will start curling, and you'll see the shape coming up. And this is essentially what we do to make this sponge. We work a lot of stitches on each, we make a lot of stitches, 4 stitches, 4 double crochet on each single crochet from the previous row, and continue like that. This is row 2. And row 3 will be the same. On each double crochet from the second row, we will make 4 double crochet. So think about how many stitches on each row. It's crazy. It's a lot of stitches, but this is what gives us the shape, the curling of the shape, a big increase. It's like if you're making a ruffle sleeve or ruffle edge for any project, it's the same. You just increase a lot of stitches on the same stitch, and it starts curling. So, let me see. Any questions or any comments? Oh, okay, I see now. Hi, Marsha, how are you? How many changes? What do you mean? How many chains? You can make a magic circle and then 24 or 26 single crochet inside it and close it. Or I chained 6 with my yarn. It depends on the yarn that you're using, but I chained 6 and then 24 or 26 single crochet inside. I chain 6 and of course close it to make a circle, and then 26 single crochet in the first row. You can see here. You see? Jennifer? 26. And then chain, come back and slip stitch to the last stitch and start the second row, making 4 double crochet inside each single crochet from the previous row. 4 double crochet. Okay, I'm starting to feel the curling already, and as you go on it will be more difficult to find the stitch because they are getting all close together, but it's okay. I think it's really a fun project to do when, you know, if you're kind of tired and you don't want to do something very complicated. Great for gifts. You did 50? Roberta, you did 50? You mean 50 single crochet in the first round, or you did 50 for the chain, for the hanging chain? The hanging chain, it doesn't matter. You know, it depends on the length that you have to calculate twice the length because, you know, you fold it, and how long you want it to be hanged. And also, you have to think, these ones are small ones. They are only 3 rows. What I mean 3 rows? They have the first row, you see here, the first row of the single crochet, and then 2 rows of double crochet increases, just 2. But if you want to make them bigger for an adult, or maybe you just want to make them bigger, which means another row, so maybe you need a longer chain, hanging chain. So you can calculate, you can just see how it goes. These are 3 rows. This is the size they come out. Using a 4-weight yarn, and I think for these ones, I can't remember, but I think I used a 4.5 crochet hook. And now I'm using a 5, so maybe the size will be a little bigger because of the 5 millimeter. So it depends. So Roberta, you said you made 50, so you mean 50 double crochet, single crochet at the beginning, or 50? 50 for the hanging chain. Great. Okay. Yes. Anyway, if you're following me, you know that I've been in Italy for a week. We just landed today, this morning. It's afternoon here in my time zone. So we landed around 4 o'clock in the morning. We came home, I went to sleep most of the day, and now I'm kind of, you know, it's the first day after you come back from a trip abroad, so I had a lot of laundry and everything, but it was amazing. We went to Naples in Italy, south of Italy, and we had a great time. We ate a lot of pizza. It's amazing pizza because it's the pizza napolitana, which is and the margherita. It comes from Napoli. And the city is just amazing. It's very crowded, and very not like usual European cities. It's Italian city. It's kind of crowded and very noisy and not so clean. And everybody's talking with the hands and you know, shouting, and we felt at home because we are from the Middle East, so we felt at home. It was okay, but amazing. We really, really loved it, and we took some day trips around. We rent a car and went to a part away from Napoli, but near. It's called the Amalfi Coast. It's really an amazing road trip that goes like around the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, south of Italy. It's a gulf. It's the Amalfi Gulf, so it's kind of goes like this, and they have these little villages around, little villages stuck on the cliff of the mountains, because it's a very mountain place, and then it goes down to the sea. A little bit like if you are in the States, like Road 1 in California, if you have ever been there. So like that you ride. It's a coastal road, very beautiful, and the village is amazing, full of, you know, a lot of tourist stuff, but also very, very, very nice, and weather was amazing. As you can see, it started to curl already. You see this? Is anybody doing it with me? Roberta, you are, right? So let me see here. Somehow I have to refresh all the time to see the comments. I don't know why this is happening. Don't know. Maybe it's something new from Facebook. So we are working 4 double crochet in each one of the stitches. Now, you can easily miss a stitch because they become very, very tight and very near one to another. So make sure you don't. It doesn't, you know, it's not that horrible if you do, but what will happen is that you will not have so much curling going on if you miss a lot of stitches. But if you miss 1 or 2 here and there, it doesn't really matter. But make sure that you don't miss them, and then you will have this beautiful, beautiful curling. It's already going on here. So if you're working this with me, if anybody's working this with me, tell me in the comments. Okay, so I know, and if you have any questions, so tell me in the comments so I can see. If I refresh the comments, I can see if you are working, if you have any questions, or if you're working with me. I do it slowly because I want to make sure that I make the 4 double crochet on each and I don't miss any of them. So I'm doing it slowly. 3, 4. Has anybody here with me ever been to Italy? For us, it's not so far away, and in normal days, it would be like a 3 or maybe 3.5 hours flight from Tel Aviv to Napoli. But because of the situation that we are in, unfortunately, not many companies, airlines came back to fly from Tel Aviv. They're afraid from the missiles, or, you know, especially I think after all the missiles that were bombed from Iran, 380 in one night. So anyway, not many airlines fly from Tel Aviv now. Many canceled their flights and canceled coming here until the situation is normal again. So we had to fly from Tel Aviv. On the way to Napoli, it took us hours. So we had to fly in kind of legs, right? So we flew with the German-Austrian airline, Lufthansa, and we flew to Munich in Germany, which is kind of north, and then from Munich south to Italy, to Napoli. It took us hours, and on our way back, we flew with Austrian Airlines, which is the same, Lufthansa, and we flew from Napoli to Vienna in Austria, and then from Vienna to Tel Aviv. So, and of course it was way more pricey than, you know, just a low-cost flight that I would take to fly from here to Napoli with a low-cost company. It will be like half the price I paid now in normal days. This is why we can fly so often, because in normal days, many low-cost companies, airlines come here, and there are a lot of flights, and we can fly to Europe, like, you know, it's not very expensive, so we can fly to Europe quite easily, and it's not long flights. But now, this is also why we waited and waited, because we thought maybe the situation will get better, which is not. It's getting worse and worse. So, but we had to clear our heads, really, after these times. And it's not finished yet, and it's going on and on, so we had to take a break. Anyway, so we saw a lot of, you know, buildings, cathedrals, and beautiful, really beautiful places. We went into a place, all the town of Napoli has an underground town with tunnels. Now for us now, after October 7th, tunnels and underground cities, it's a little bit triggering, because we know Gaza has an underground tunnels where our hostages are held. So it was a little bit triggering, but it was, these tunnels in Napoli were built like, I cannot remember the dates, but centuries ago, in the times of the Romans and the Greeks, so not modern times. And they used these tunnels in World War II, when they were attacked by the Germans and the fascists, and you know, Italy was fascist and everything. So it was really interesting. We had a tour there. For me, it was a little bit triggering, because it was really feeling how it is to be in a tunnel, and there were really narrow places that we had to go in, and I was thinking about our hostages, all the women and everything. So it was a little bit sad, but okay, wait a minute. I'm finishing my row. Okay, so I have the hanging chain here. I will finish my row making the last 4 double crochet in the last stitch, and closing it with the slip stitch to the first stitch like normal. It's just a double crochet round of stitches. It's just a lot of stitches in one round. So I slip stitch to the first, to the chains 2. I make chain 2 and not chain 3 usually for a double crochet, so I slip stitch to the first, to the second chain, and this is it. I have my first row here of the sponge, second row, but first increase, right? And now again we chain 2 and we start another round of 4 double crochet on each stitch. So I start again, and then we'll have this beautiful sponge. Again, as I said, this is 3 rounds. These 2 are 3 rounds. You can make it bigger. Now after 2 rounds of 4 double crochet on each stitch, you can start increasing, but not with 4. You can do 3, because then it will be too dense. But just look at it, because it also depends on the tension of your crocheting, how tense you crochet. Some people crochet very, very tense, and some people crochet very, very loose. So it depends on that. If you crochet, if you see that it's getting too tense, so you can make only 3 on each in the 4th round. Okay, the 3rd round will be 4 on each stitch. So I'm starting my 3rd round of 4 double crochet on each stitch, again and again and again. I just want to see if there is any questions in the, if I can see anything in the chat. For some reason, don't know why, it does not show. Roberta, yes. Jennifer, yes. So yes, it means that you're doing it with me. Great. All right. So back to, if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat and I will just refresh and see if I can see them and answer. So back to Italy. Do you like my Italy stories? All my stories about our trip to Italy. So we went on 2 day trips. One, as I said, to the Amalfi Coast. It's called the Amalfi Coast. And the other one was to this ancient Pompeii, which is a very, very ancient city that was discovered archaeologically. It was a huge, really big city, like centuries before Christ. And in the area, there are volcanoes that are, how do you say, walking. They are active volcanoes. And the whole city, there was some eruption of the volcano, and the whole city was covered with not the lava of the volcano, but with the dust. All the people were killed, and the whole city was covered with volcano dust. And it stayed like that for centuries, okay? Centuries. Nobody knew about this place, Pompeii, because it was a place somewhere in the south. It's not near the coast, it's not near the sea, so it's not a strategic kind of a place that, you know, people usually, cities near the sea are more strategic because then the boats come and everything for wars or for things to bring from one place to another. It wasn't, it was just a city somewhere in the mountains, and it was covered with this volcano dust for centuries. And I can remember dates, but they started to find out about it and to, how do you say it, to dig it up. And we were there for, I think, about 5 or 6 hours. We took the train from Napoli, and we were in, it's a really, really big archaeological place. But it's the whole city, or most part of the city. And it's an ancient city. So usually when you go to all these places, I don't know if you go, but we usually go, and we have here in Israel as well, these places that are very, like from the Greek and the Roman times, very, very, very old. So you find a few stones, and they tell you this used to be a house, or this used to be a bathroom, or this used to be this and that. And they find a lot of like maybe forks and spoons and, you know, how do you call them? All kind of kitchen utensils and things. And you have to imagine there was a house there, or there was a laundry, or there was, you know, something. Here, excuse me, you don't have to imagine. The whole city is like there. Everything is there. And the walls of the houses and the streets and all the places, and it's huge, 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 huge. So you walk around the streets, and there is a lot of stories, and each house they found, probably because of it was covered with volcano ash and not lava. So it remained like new, like okay, and also they could find names of the people who lived there, that they were carved in the walls or something. A lot of wall paintings I showed in the video, a lot of things. They found something amazing. They found where the bodies of the people were. So they put a kind of a plaster thing, and they made statues out of. It's a little creepy, but they did. So where they found maybe a mother and child and person and whatever. So there are statues here now made of this plaster stuff, that with the movement that the people were died, because they died instantly because of the volcano thing. And they keep it in a museum. And anyway, if you love this stuff, I think it's, I don't know if there is another place like this anywhere in the world, this big and with so many details. It was really amazing. If you love this kind of stuff, like archaeological, it's amazing. Let's see. Hi, Marsha. What I'm using a 5mm, but for these ones I used 4.5mm, and this one I'm using 5mm. It depends, of course, on the yarn weight that you're using, and it depends on your tension. I would go back to the 4.5mm. I think it's better. I think because this is coming out a little bit loose for my experience, I just wanted to see how it works out. So I would go like a 0.5mm less, or even a whole size less, so it comes out a little bit tighter. But again, it depends on your tension, how you are used to work. So this round, the second increase round, can take quite a long time because if we're working 4 double crochet on each of the 4 double crochet we did on the last row, so it takes a long time. I will not finish it now with you, but you can just, finish it yourself. It's just going around and around, not missing any stitch, making sure that you're not missing any stitch, so you get the ruffle, the curly effect. Joanne, I love your Italy stories and pictures. Yes, thank you. We love traveling, and we are fortunate enough that we can do it. My husband works very hard. He's an engineer in a high-tech company. So we are fortunate enough that we can travel, and now that the children are out of the house and we can have the time for ourselves, so we travel quite a lot. And Europe is near, so we try to go as much as we can. But yeah, we looked, and the last trip we had was a year ago. We went to New Orleans, to USA, not to Europe. So we went to Louisiana. It was a dream of ours to go to New Orleans, because when we lived in California, we lived for 3 years in California, so we didn't have a chance to go to New Orleans. We traveled around California and in the East Coast and everything, but we never had the chance to go to New Orleans, and we love jazz music, so it was kind of a dream of ours. We went for a week, less than a week, and we couldn't take more time, so we went, and it was a year ago. And usually we travel like twice a year. So it took us a year because of the situation here and everything. And it took my husband quite a long time to convince me to buy the tickets and plan the trip, because that's my job. He brings the money, and I plan the trip. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to leave. I was afraid. But now we made it, and it's okay. We came back. I hope the situation will get better. I don't know. I don't want to think about it so much, but we have hope that the situation, because it's so bad our government now is terrible and are making terrible decisions. So, yeah, it's bad for everybody. Anyway, so this is where I'm at now. This is my third round. When I finish it, I will finish it and show it later. It will be like this. So you finish it the way, oh, I have a phone call. You finish it the way you want. If you want to make another round of 3, increase only 3, not 4. So you make it bigger. Okay? And then slip stitch to the first stitch and weave in your ends, and that's it. And that's it. To take care of it, as I said before, you have to let it dry. If you don't let it dry after using it, so inside here, you know, if it's not dry, it will get kind of moldy. And we don't want that. So once in a while, I put it in the washer and the dryer, and it comes out like new. And of course, I think it's better to use 100% cotton yarn, natural cotton yarn if you have a chance. You know, the best that you can do. I will not use any blended acrylic yarn. It's not for washing really. And yeah, this is it. I will finish mine later and I will take a picture and put it here. And I want to see yours. I think it's a great gift. Look at the colors. If you sell crochet, so again, it's a really, really easy item to make. It takes a while, as you can see, because you have to make many, many stitches. The increase is really a lot of stitches. But you can make a few of these in a few hours, and you have something to put on your stand. If you make them like colors, many colors, I think they will pop up. And, you know, I think it's an easy sell. Of course, donations, of course, gifts, of course, everything. All right, let me see. Don't know what's going on with the comments here. Roberta, using a 4mm, great. I think it's best to use a smaller hook size so it gets more tense. All right, I will see in the group if there are any comments that I don't see here, because I don't see all the comments, and I will answer there. All right, I hope you enjoyed this crochet with me together. And please, Roberta, and who else is doing it with me? Jennifer, yes? I want to see yours. Take a picture and put it in the... And of course, everybody who will do later, take a picture and post in the group so we can all see and have fun with this amazing... So how do you call them? Sponge? Loofah? What's the name in English? How do you call them? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.